This morning, a tale of survival in the wilderness. 21-year-old snowboarder Jamie Martin got lost in the frigid mountains of British Columbia. Search teams found him after 4 days. Jamie and his mother Debbie join us this morning for an exclusive interview. Good morning. So good to have you here.
Thank you.
How are you feeling? I see you still have bandages from the frostbite.
It's I have a little feeling, tingly feelings, and my feet are quite swollen and quite hurting. But I'm doing much better. Glad to be able to say that I am doing better.
Yeah, because you were lost in an area that's known as Suicide Bluff.
Yeah.
Why is it called that?
Well, it's very steep terrain. There's big cliff sides on each side, so it's very susceptible to avalanches coming down, and I could hear small avalanches happening and treetops cracking and breaking off while I was in there, and it was.
How deep were you in snow?
Well, that night when I stayed there, I only dug in about 2 feet, but there was up 4 to 6 feet of snow everywhere in the valley there.
So you were lost on a Sunday. You veered off. You were on a beginner run, but you lost your way somehow.
Yeah.
So Sunday becomes Monday, becomes Tuesday, becomes Wednesday.
Yeah.
What are you thinking as all this is happening?
I was just thinking about getting out of there and surviving. It was all I could think about. I always thought I was closer to getting out than I was. So as each night came along, it got more and more depressing. But I just had to keep going. It was just all I think of as survival.
He carried that snowboard with him all the way.
And did you have any idea he was missing early on?
No, not till Tuesday afternoon. So
that's when they found your car in the parking lot and realized they had to launch a search. By then, it had been 3 days that you'd been out there.
Yeah.
So what did you think, Debbie?
I hoped for the best and knew that we had taught him good survival skills, but you know what? It was grim. We had 2 hours left before we found out that he was actually alive on Wednesday. There was only 2 hours left of the search, and it was like...
Wow, so at the last minute they found you.
Yeah.
What had you done to keep yourself alive?
Well, I try and keep my toes and fingers wiggling and stuff to keep the circulation moving. And
what did you eat?
Found a couple of dried up berries and some twigs, but that didn't really do anything. I was trying to eat snow and let it melt in my mouth because I knew you only have about 3 days before you'll die of dehydration. So. What
was your low point? What was the point where you thought, I may not come out of this?
Probably the last night that I was there because, I'd gone through the snow in some of the areas where there was rivers and my feet were completely wet and it had been raining the whole time I was out there. So I was completely soaking wet and that night when I kind of tried to rest a little bit, I didn't know if I would wake back up or not.
When you saw a human being for the first time after all that, what did you do?
I gave him the biggest hug that I could. It was a wonderful feeling. Words can't even explain it. It was just, I knew I was safe and I would get to see family and friends again and get to live longer.
And they were real people you were seeing.
And when you saw Mom again, what did you do? What was that reunion like?
That was very teary. It was.
Yeah.
What did you say to him, Debbie?
That I loved him and I'm so glad he was alive. It was just... I don't think anybody can truly understand the whole aspect of it. And when they took us up in the helicopter to show us where the terrain was that he had survived.
You realized what he went through.
Yeah, it made it so real and so oh my gosh, because when you look at him, it's it looks like he just went camping for a couple of days,
You're
basically, but it's I have no idea how he survived.
Will, I guess, and the skills you taught him. Thank you both. Next time, take your cell phone with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you both.